group quiz, or
Say that again.
do you want to go over part two? Or
Um, should we just go over questions that we're maybe not understanding? Because it's
sure,
pretty long
yeah.
to go over all of part two.
How many hours? Yeah.
Christian, how did you do with it?
I actually got it, so
Oh, awesome.
Good.
Because I'm just kind of barely getting it.
Yeah. The one that confused me probably the most was 7E, but then I figured it out. So
So 7E.
yeah.
What was that one about? Because mine didn't line up exactly. Some of the. Oh, okay, I see where it is. All right, so what is the probability that a random selected particle has a speed that is between 1,500 and 2,500?
So I guess with that one, subtracted 8.8783 from, I don't know how I got 0.3085.
Well, that was already a known probability, right? Isn't that one that was figured out before? So that was a known probability of the lower.
Yeah. And then I
So
put
then,
5 in the app.
yeah. So then if you just subtract that from the larger population.
That was pretty much the one that kind of made me think a little more. Do you have any?
What's that?
Do you have any that you didn't understand? You guys,
Um,
or had a hard time?
well, the only one I had a problem on number one because, well, it wasn't in part two, but it was the first one. I could not get the z-score to match up with what they had for whatever reason. I don't know. I got everything else right, but that was not matching up.
Oh, like in the answer key?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's happened to me before. Yeah, that happened to me too. Um, and I actually went to a tutoring session last week, and the tutor, we all got the same answer, but the answer key was different. And so, like, what did you get for the first?
It was on number one. It was B. The z-score I got didn't match up with the z-score
Yeah,
that they were showing.
I got negative 1.11, and they had, oh, well, that matches up, I guess. Oh, no, I got negative 1.06, I think.
Yeah, that's what I got, and that was not.
So it's probably a typo, I would guess. Did you get the same thing, Kirsten?
yeah, I got the negative 1.06.
Okay. Well, that's good. I'm not completely going crazy, I guess.
So I'm sure you did it right.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
And it took me a while to figure out, like, when we first started using that little app thing,
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't figure out why we would need the area. What would be the point of that information And then they finally started calling it probability, which then it made more sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I was getting confused between putting in a percentage and then putting in which z-score where, and then, yeah, it took me a while.
Yeah, same here. So how do you see the percentages? Because, I mean, I'm kind of guessing, like, okay, it's around whatever, you know, the negative whatever percentile. You can't see percentages on that, on the app thing, can you?
No. You can just put it in area.
Okay, so the area, okay, I get it.
And then that'll change the z-score to the right percentage to match the z-score to match up.
So then you always have to move the decimal, right?
Well, no, whatever, like if you put 0.75 in there or whatever, then it will change your z-score on the bottom.
Okay. But then if it talks about percentage or asks about the percentage, then you would just move the decimal over, right, to get the percentage? Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
So then the only other thing is the solving for x, which I'm a little rusty on the algebra, I guess, but.
Oh, yeah.
I think I can do that okay once I get into it.
Yeah.
And what do you think about were you guys able to do the QQ plot thing?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm fine if I just write down on like a sticky note the prompt.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing, just putting them on sticky notes. So.
It seems like we have a pretty good version of the SPSS because it was even more simple when I tried it. It's right there on the menu, right? Instead of having to ask for it.
Yeah.
So that was pretty easy, but then I don't know. Some of those look pretty serpentine to me, and they're still calling them straight.
Oh yeah, they do to me too. So I guess what I gathered, if there's a bunch of little curves, then they call it normal. But if there's like a really big curve, then it's abnormal, not normal. Or if it goes straight up, it's not normal.
So the only choices are normal or abnormal.
Right.
So we don't have to define like this one's not normal because it's serpentine or whatever. It's just normal or not normal.
From what I'm seeing, I don't think so. I think we just have to decide if they're normal or not normal. Yeah.
Okay. But to me, on plot C, which they were calling normal,
yeah,
that seems a little weird that that's normal.
Yeah. And like I said, I think the only reason for that is because I'm wondering if it's because they're consistently like bumpy, like I don't know. Whereas the other ones like have, you know, just one big, so it could be skewed, one big bump in it. I don't know.
I guess because it's progressively going up and they're progressively all kind of going the same way. I don't know. That's really kind of confusing. I mean, the ones that are practically vertical, I can see it's not normal. But like on E, they're saying that's not normal.
It might just be because E has a long tail to the left.
Maybe. It's normal. For it's half normal.
See, it's half normal. So if it's half normal, it's not normal.
Okay, so should we talk about anything else?
Say we just start on the group thing.
Kirsten, did you want to discuss anything?
No, I'm totally good.
Okay, well, we're counting on you.
The pressure's on you.
Okay.
Great.
You're the smart one.
Well, the first two questions are the easiest.
True. Okay, so should we dive in then and get started?
Yeah, let's do this. Okay, that number 3, the total density curve must equal 1, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I did the first one.
Wow. We did it. Got one right.
I think number 4,
Certain
the density curve can drop below the x-axis is false.
Okay, under certain circumstances, a density curve can drop below the x-axis. Is that the horizontal axis? Is x?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be false, right?
Yes.
Because
Would it was not normal?
the density curve always lies above or on the horizontal axis.
Okay.
So that one is false.
A normal density curve is symmetric. True.
Or it wouldn't be a curve, right? It wouldn't be a, because normal density curves are always symmetric and bell-shaped. Okay, good.
Yeah. All right.
Sweet.
Oh.
Well, this looks ugly. Okay, so follow this image and answer questions 6 and 7. So, which of the following elements of the figure represents the z-score in this image? The z-score is C, isn't it?
Yeah, it would be C.
Because that's where you put that information in.
Yeah, and it's colored in from that red line over. Right?
Well, it's just that box. That box is
Yeah.
where you put the z-score.
Okay.
Okay, so, oh, were you looking at 7?
Yeah.
Okay, so which of the following elements of the figure represents the probability that the z-score will be greater than 1? None of them? Because it can't be greater than 1? Or, no, sorry. What am I thinking?
I was going to say
I need to look up this.
Which of these four will be greater than 1? Well, it's not greater than 1. Right? It's 1.
Well, that's the area. The area can't be greater than 1.
Okay, the z-score can be greater than 1.
Yeah.
So if it was greater than 1, then it'd be colored in B, right?
Yeah.
So B
Yeah, that's what I would say.
would be shaded.
So if it was going to be greater than 1, it would be B.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I think I get that.
Oh, I loved it.
The funnest I've had all week.
Hey. That would be 68% rule, right? According to the 689599.7 rule, what portion of the data from a bell-shaped distribution will be within one standard deviation of 68%, right?
68.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yes, 1. 68% data is 1 standard deviation.
Okay.
So what portion of the data is 68? I put percent too? Or just 60? Are you putting a percent sign in the answer box?
No, there's a percent sign on the outside of the box.
So it's just straight 68?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay. Suppose that z-scores come from a standard deviation, or I'm sorry. Suppose that z-scores come from a standard normal distribution. Use the normal applet to answer this question. What proportion of the values from this random variable will be between -1 and 1? The answer is a decimal. Accurate to 3 decimal places. I'm not sure I know what the question is here.
Is this for, I don't.
So for this one, you just put in a 1 for the z-score, and you shade the area between a 1 and a -1, and then it'll give you the area.
Okay, so z-score is a 1, and the only shaded area is the middle?
Yes.
So,
Do you have to move the bars too?
No, the bar should automatically move.
You know what mine does? It changes it back.
oh, weird.
There. Now I've got it. But sometimes it changes it back. I have to re-enter it. Because it's like, are you sure that's what you want to do?
Yeah.
Or something. Okay, so then the area is 0.6827.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but we're supposed to round it to 3 decimal places, so it'd be 0.683.
Okay.
Hello. Computer. Just a minute. 0. Okay.
Are you with us, Christy?
Yeah. I'm with you. So now we just put in 2 and -2, right? For the next one?
Yep.
Okay, so just change it to 2. So I get 0.954, which would then be rounded up.
Yes.
So 0.955.
Yes.
this part I can do. Okay. So will be between -3 and 3. Next one.
Same thing, but with a 3. Yes?
Yes.
So that's the 99.
7.
Yeah, so I got 0.997.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember what I learned how to figure this out without the little app.
Right. But I like the little app.
I like it too, but it kind of bothers me. I can't remember what the way to figure it out. I think you had to subtract from 100 or something like that.
I don't know.
It's gone.
Okay.
Okay, so number 12.
Look carefully at your answers to the last 3 questions. What do you observe? The values match the 68, 95, 99.7 rule. As the z-score increases, the area between negative z and z decreases. That's false, right? The probabilities double as you move from z1 to z2.
They don't double.
No, I'd say.
So it's got to be the first one because it does match. It's 68, 95, and then 97 because that matches up with the deviations anyway. So that just like proves the rule kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree. Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long does this torture go on? 18 questions. Wow. Okay. So the amount of protein that an individual must consume is different for every person. There are solid theoretical ideas that suggest that the protein requirement will be normally distributed in the population of the United States. The protein requirement given in terms the number of grams of good quality protein that must be consumed each day by kilogram body weight. I'm sorry, each day per kilogram body of weight. Is that a formula? Wow. Population mean protein requirement for adults is, okay, so the mean is 0.66 grams of protein.
Right. And the standard deviation is 0.07, right?
Yes. Use this formula, use this information to answer questions 14 through 17. Portion of the population have protein requirements that are less than.
So you put in 0.60 minus 0.66 divided by 0.07.
To find the z-score, is that?
Or is this asking for a percentage?
It's asking for the proportion, so you find the z-score first, and then you plug it into the applet, and then that'll give you the proportion.
Okay, so you do the z-score first.
So what's all this kg minus 1 times d minus 1?
That's just a label. Don't even worry about that.
They're just trying to confuse the crap out of you?
Yes.
That's what I was like. I haven't done this problem before.
Yeah, that's a new one on me. Okay, sorry, I'm getting.
Okay, I got negative 0. Are we just doing it to the third decimal place then? Yeah. Okay, 0.857 to the z-score. everybody else get that?
66. Minus. Sorry, I'm just still doing my formula here. Oops. 0.66. So the mean is 0.66. The standard deviation is 0.07. So what is the...
I put 0.60 as the...
Oh, okay, that's down in the question. All right, I get it. Okay, so 0.60.
And then it says less than.
Okay, so I got 0.857.
Negative?
Negative, yes.
Okay.
Negative 0.857. So what do we do with that information?
I think we put in the number that we got for the area at the top.
Okay, so we plug that in. We plug in the z-score to the app.
Yes.
Okay.
Fill in the area that is -1 and less, right?
Yeah.
You're too quiet.
Sorry. It's just kind of how I am.
She's waiting for us to learn.
Okay. She's monitoring us.
That's right.
Okay. So then I got 0.196 if we round it.
Yep, that's what I got.
What area is colored in? The lower, just the lower portion?
Yeah,
Yes.
like
Okay.
-1.
So then the area is 0.1957, and we're rounding to 3?
Yes.
Yeah.
So 0.196.
Yes. Okay, so then we're doing more than, right? So we just change what we shaded in, right?
Yes.
Okay. But we don't change anything else.
Nope.
Okay. So the 0.804.
Yes.
So then everything below so almost to the first deviation, that's all shaded, right?
Right.
So then it's 0.804.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's when we have to change our value to 70 for number 15. 0.70 minus
Population less than 70.
right?
Yep.
So divided by 0.07.
Okay, the z-score I got was 0.571.
Yep.
So we're just doing that little area way down at the bottom.
So
Well, it's not so little, but...
what'd you get?
So I got 0.2840.
I got 0.716.
Yeah, and for this one, when you do the shading, it has to be less than your z-score, so you got a 0.571.
Mm-hmm.
Everything below that has to be shaded.
And nothing else.
And yeah, nothing else, nothing higher.
So it'd be everything to the left of the two red lines.
Yes. Yes.
So I think you just did everything to the left of the far left line,
Yes.
and you do everything to the left of both lines.
Just the everything what we did the first time. So what's shaded is everything to the left of the first red line.
Yes. So you should only have one section that's not colored in, and that's the right-hand side. The middle and the left side are all colored in.
It's the same as number 13, only with 0.70 grams.
Except for this one, you got a positive z-score.
Oh.
Yeah, and number 13, you got a negative z-score. So it would be everything left to that for the negative one. And then for the positive one, it would be everything to the left of the positive z-score. Does that make sense?
Okay. I understand, I guess, what you're supposed to do, but I don't understand why, because if it seems
Well,
to
the
me...
red line would be equal, and then everything below that would be less than, so everything, so you have that one number that's right on the line. So you're going to have to shade everything in that's below that number. If you only shade the very tip, you're not getting every number that's below your z-score. You know what I'm saying?
So that's all because the z-score came out positive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it was negative, it would just be like the other one in the very last section.
Okay, so then I got 0.7160, is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. This is the one that I was confused with last time. So we just subtract, right?
Yeah, the bigger area from the smaller area.
Okay. What would that be? Am I subtracting the 0.804 from the 0.716? Or am I subtracting the 0.804 from the 0.19?
You're definitely not doing the 0.804 from the 0.196 because it's looking for the 0.7 and the 0.6, and 804 and 196 are both from the 0.6 value. So it would be 0.716 minus 0.196.
Because we just want the middle area,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I got 0.520.
That's what I got. Do we have to put anything in the applet?
No.
We've already used it to get the information.
Okay. Oh, now we do. When it says find the 35th percentile.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. This is where I get a little confused.
So that would just be 0.35 in the area box.
Yes.
And then shade what?
I think you're shading to the left.
Only the left section?
Yes.
And find the percentile for the protein requirements. Circle.
So then the answer is the z-score?
Yes.
So point.
So it wouldn't be a negative number though, right?
You know, this is the part I'm not sure on. I think it is a negative number, but I'm not sure.
Well, if it's a protein requirement though, I don't think it would be a negative number because that's like a positive thing. That's how much you're supposed to consume.
Right. I would think the same thing. But if you put the 0.35 in there, it does only shade the negative side. I don't know.
Yeah. That's not what they're finding with the, hold on, let me look at the, is this one you solved for X?
I don't think so.
Oh.
They didn't call it a percent. They called it the quadrille. The quartile.
Quartile? With a C.
Quartile, yes, thank you. They called it the quartile. You're so solving for the quartile. But it is a percent.
Uh-huh.
So I'm wondering if that's when you have to solve for x.
We can try it, and then I'll submit it first and see what we get.
That seems horrible.
I know. So if we did solve for x, what would we do?
You'd plug in all the numbers, like the z-score and the...
Known. You put in the known, what you know.
Okay, so
What do we know? You just use the same formula, the z== formula, but we know the z-score, so we put that in first.
which z-score do we use?
The positive or negative, you mean?
So you're saying you're taking the z-score from a 35%?
Yes. And
Create 5? Okay.
I'm going to guess you use a positive one.
Okay. And then
We don't know x.
And actually, if you use the negative z-score, you still come out with a positive answer.
Oh, okay.
minus 6.66.
Was that the mean? I forgot. Forgot what the mean was.
Yeah, then
Yes, 0.66.
Divided by 0.06. So then you take 385 times it by 0.07, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Zero, 2, 6, 9, 5. Add 6 to that. 0.66.
Yep.
2, 6, 7, 5.
So percentile would be what, 69%? Or would you put point?
So I got 0.68695. Is that what you got?
Yeah,
That equals x, right?
right.
So then we want this to be a percentage. Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah.
So I would think it would be 68.7%. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
It doesn't really.
See, and I thought we were trying to find the protein requirement, and if you look at the protein requirement, it's in a point like 60,
Uh-huh.
0.70.
Yeah.
So this is really actually confusing because we're not quite sure what they're asking for.
But we just found a percent.
But we don't have to give the answer in percent, though. I mean, it doesn't really give you any clue whether to round it or put it in percent or.
Yeah.
I don't think percentiles are usually in percents. They're just the number, right?
Yeah.
So what if we just did the number, 0.686, or rounded up to 0.687?
And what are you going to do, Kirsten? You're going to put in the other number?
Yeah, I actually used the negative z-score because I thought that was the z-score I needed to use.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I put in the other number.
Which number?
It's 0.633. That's the number I got.
So you use...
Well,
Okay, so negative point... Yeah. Yeah. I think Kirsten might be right.
so you think we use the negative 0.385
Yeah.
from the
Because
beginning?
that's what it's highlighting on the applet.
Oh, I didn't notice. Well, you mean, okay, so what's colored in?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well,
are you putting 0.633 or 0.63?
0.33 because I think it wants it to the
Okay.
nearest third number.
Okay.
well, it makes sense because that's what it's highlighting, and it is a
Yeah.
negative number. But it doesn't
Yeah.
make sense from, you know, how you're supposed to troubleshoot your math problems with does it make sense?
Yeah.
And to me, it doesn't make sense that you would have a negative requirement.
Yeah. I see what you're saying, but I'm going with the technology.
Okay, so you're thinking not to put in that whole number, 0.63305, not to do the whole thing?
Yeah.
Just round it to 633?
Yeah.
Okay. I know they rounded the other ones, but I'm just thinking of when we pulled up the percentiles on using the SPSS.
Uh-huh.
They just use like the whole number on those.
Oh, really? I don't think we'd get marked off if you put in the whole number. What was it, 0.6630?
I got 0.63305. That was everything that came up in my calculator.
0.5.
So
I don't know.
well, why don't we work the next one and see if anything becomes more clear by some miracle.
I worked the next one and I got .71894.
That's what I got.
So the z-score comes up as 0.842.
Yes.
And so did you use that as a negative or a positive?
Positive,
Yeah, I used it as a positive.
Okay,
because
because
it's highlighted from the positive down.
okay. Okay, so what did you get again?
.71894.
Okay, that's what I got too.
So what would you put in the box?
Well, I don't know. The other ones were so specific. Give your answer as a decimal, accurate to 3 decimal places, and this one says nothing.
Yeah. Kirsten, what are you doing?
I'm putting it to 3 decimal places, just in case.
Okay.
And I will gladly submit mine first, so we know.
Well, if you want to. I'm not going to deny you that honor.
Okay, are we feeling comfortable with all of this then?
Yeah, and as long as you put in the point to 3 decimal places, you'll get 100%.
Okay, so on the last one, did you round it?
Yeah.
719?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes,
So-
you did?
Yes, I did.
Okay. She's like, I already turned it in. I already know.
Did you put a 0 in front of the decimal point?
Yes.
Okay, so it's 0.719.
Yes.
And then 0.633.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yay. Okay. Oh, I hate pushing that button. Freaks me out. Yay! So happy.
I feel like they just left us hanging out there on those.
Yeah, I was a little confused. But thank you, Kirsten.
Yes, thank you.
Talking us through it.
Very, very, very helpful.
You're welcome anytime.
Okay, do you guys want to do the homework?
Sure, I like punishment.
I'll actually let you guys do the homework. I've got to run and do some errands, so.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording then.
Okay.
All right.